Hi, it's Shauna. Okay, I wanted to just give you a visual representation of what your artery looks like, your coronary arteries that sit on top of your heart, as well as kind of what that disease process is in terms of that plaque formation within the heart. So your artery itself is not a solid tissue. It's got layers. And that first inner layer is very kind of almost like baby skin. It's soft and smooth. And if we have cholesterol going by, it just will slide on right by on that very soft, smooth skin. That inner kind of layer is a muscle. So we need the heart arteries to be able to contract and relax. All of the arteries in our body, we need them to be able to contract and relax. And so that's why we need that muscle. We want the artery to be nice and pliable and healthy so that it can do the jobs it needs to do. So with this disease process in terms of your overall kind of plaque and how that progresses in cardiovascular disease, is it doesn't just automatically show up. It's something that happens over time. So cardiovascular disease is an inflammation, irritation type disease. So that skin, that initial layer, it goes from being very kind of baby, delicate, smooth skin to irritated and annoyed, pitted and gravelly. It kind of gets these micro cuts and micro tears in that skin. And so then when cholesterol comes flying by, instead of sliding on by that nice smooth skin, it gets caught and gets stuck in behind those kind of pitted, irritated areas and kind of gets sucked in underneath that first layer. It goes in those little micro cuts and micro tears and gets in behind that first layer. So you've got this layer of skin and then the plaque sitting underneath it. And so what happens is over time in the progression of this disease is we get more and more plaque building up underneath that first layer of skin. And this eventually goes from where that blood is able to flow right by, no problem, to all of a sudden creating this little bit of a narrowing where that blood isn't able to flow through quite as well as we want it to, or as well as your body needs it to. So you might start to get symptoms, you might start to kind of feel not quite right. Something may happen. It could be that a heart attack happens. So a heart attack is something where that kind of area, you can almost visualize it like a blister. So they've got this thin skin lining and then the plaque sitting underneath. That thin skin lining pops and the blister breaks. And then when that happens, your body sends these things called platelets over there to clot up what they think is an injury. And that clot in itself blocks the whole artery from that blood being able to flow by, and you have a heart attack. Other times we don't have the heart attack. Maybe we have symptoms of not feeling very well. Your doctor ends up sending you for tests, and lo and behold, you end up having an angiogram or some other tests that determine you've got some plaque in there. So what we want to do is we want, to kind of treat that, get that so that it's feeling better. And one of the options for treatment that some of you may have had is a stent. And I wanted to kind of show you what that looked like. So a stent is basically this very kind of chicken wire, very tiny, tiny looking chicken wire little thing that they're going to pass up into your heart, into the artery that's caught or that's having the problem. And when it's kind of sticks, it gets kind of pushed right into where that main area is, where those narrowings happen. And then they deploy the stent, open it up so that it pushes the plaque against the sides of the walls of the artery so that it can restore blood flow. So that's kind of what it looks like. I just wanted to give you a real brief rundown of kind of that whole disease process so that you have a bit more of a visual picture of what that looks like. If you have any questions, you just let me know. Talk to you soon. Bye now.